Well, usually I try to, if I have a video on my main channel about a certain subject, I try to have a different subject on this channel. But in this case, I think we're going to go along the same lines because it's a very popular subject. A lot of people are interested in it. And I had a little more to say about it. And what we're talking about is what is going to happen in the next few weeks if the EBT cards are cut off. The SNAP program will not work because of the government shutdown. They're funded by, they're funded by the federal government. So they're saying, just read in the latest article, that it's, unless the government shutdown ends, nobody's getting their food stamps. And that has sparked outrage with people on EBT. They've been putting out rage videos saying that they are going to commit violent acts to get what is owed to them. They're going to fill up carts in Walmart and walk out the door, and ain't nobody going to stop them. There are hundreds, probably thousands of these by now, and they are threatening to do whatever it takes to get their food, to get their Frosted Flakes, their Little Debbie cakes, their ice cream. Yeah. And the more I think of this, I believe it's deliberate. Number one, that is why a certain party is not coming to the table. They want to get these people agitated. They want to stir the pot. I believe it is fully intentional. They know what's going to happen. So it's going to be interesting to watch and see. Now, EBT has not been around too many generations, yet you have entire generations that grew up on it. Their parents didn't work. They have taught their kids how to do it. The more kids you have, the more you get. I've been reading comments on my other video that I was under the assumption that if you had a bunch of kids, you got maybe $1,400 a month. But I'm hearing from cashiers and other people that know what they really get. Some of them get up to $4,000 every month, plus they get cash benefits. This is insane. And so the nipple has to stop. It has to be plugged. And this is going to be a good experiment. And I say if they follow through on their threats and they do what they say, we lock them up. And we leave them in there. Here's part of the problem. Years ago, this country has seen many times of recession, depression. The difference was, back in the day, if somebody had trouble, if they were struggling, people had family. Families stuck together and got everybody through. People grew food. If they would help the people in their family that didn't have food, and they would teach them how to achieve, getting food. And it wasn't through an EBT card, through tax-paid revenue from the government that the government issues. It wasn't from any of that. It was, they showed them how to grow their own food, how to can food. People don't do this anymore. Now, the thing is, you have as many baby daddies as you can have, because that gives you more on the card, right? And the father, obviously, not involved, doesn't pay child support. I don't know how you get away with that. I had to pay it for 18 years. Believe me, if you missed any of the payments, it did not go away. And thankfully, that's over with for me. But how do they get away with not paying? Well, it's because they don't have a permanent home. They're running from couch to couch. They know how to beat the system. They've become very good at it. This could be white people. This could be black people. This could be Mexican people. This could be any race of people. But the people that know the EBT system have manipulated it and abused it for years. I just got back. This is something that's happened after I made this morning's video, and I don't know how to take this. I'm behind. This is something that happened. I am behind a Hispanic couple, and they did not speak very good English, and they had a cart of groceries completely full. And so I forgot that I needed iced tea. I went back. I'm like, man, there was only one cashier. I don't want to be behind this. This is going to take forever. And I ended up getting a few more things, and when I come back in line, there they are still. You know, there's not a lot of people go to our store, so it isn't that crowded. And so I waited and waited and waited, and I'm waiting for the EBT card to come out, but I'm thinking, it's not that time of the month. Well, the total, it was a lot of money. It was like $670 for what they had in the cart, a lot of meat. Whipped out $100 bills. Don't know where those came from, but I would imagine they worked for them. In a few days or a few weeks, you're going to see, if the EBT cards are active again, you will see that, and they will be whipping out EBT cards. I see it every single month. If I have to go to Walmart, if I have to go to the local grocery store, this is a poor community. I see it every month, and the foods they are getting are not healthy foods. They're filling up with frozen pizzas, chips, soft drinks. The carts are full. They will usually have multiple carts. Bring the whole family. It's a family event. Yes, I understand some people can only get a ride maybe once a month to the store. They shop, all at once. That isn't the complaint. The complaint is they are taking hard-earned taxpayer money and filling their carts with just junk. And they're very obese people. Most of them are. You eat that kind of food, you're going to be obese. I don't have a problem with anybody on EBT getting a couple bags of chips, maybe a ice cream, you don't mind that, a frozen pizza. But when you see the entire cart filled with all those things, it does get you a little upset. And when you see people that are working every day for a living, they can't go shop like that. I mean, I just got back. It's $49. I had 3 bags. I got some ribs. I got a few other things. I got an avocado. $49 and some water. And this is going to be a good thing, I believe. Because now we're going to really, I think they want to start doing all this trouble. It's going to be a wake-up call. The country will see this program has to be changed. It has to be changed. We need to go back to maybe delivering the cheese, delivering whatever what needs to be done to ensure they're not abusing the system. When you give somebody a card with a amount of money on it and tell them they can buy anything they want to eat with it, well, what do you think they're going to get? Sugar is in just about everything we consume. For the people that aren't, carnivore like me, just start reading some ingredients on some of the things you're buying in the middle of the grocery store. Sugar comes in a lot of different words. It can be called different names, but it is nonetheless sugar. And what sugar does is an addictive food. They put sugar in things to make them taste better. Things that without sugar would taste like poop. You could put sugar on a turd and probably make it tolerable. That's how good sugar is. But they're putting other things, corn syrup, all these things that have sweeteners in it just to make your food taste better. Well, that causes addiction with these people. They would much rather have a Tony's frozen pizza than to buy some hamburger meat and make a meatloaf. They would much rather have a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese versus a salad. They're not buying the produce. They're not buying the good meats. They're buying the expensive meats. They're buying crab legs. They're buying shrimp. I've seen all of this. And everybody that's commenting on any kind of video I make like this has also seen it. So with all these threats, if you live in a city, I'm going to give you some advice. If you are coming out of a store and you live in a big city and you are coming out of one of these grocery stores or Walmart, wherever it is you shop, be very aware of your surroundings. Okay, maybe if you have somebody that can go with you, have them pull up, load the groceries real quick and get out of there, because they are threatening to take your groceries. This isn't something, a video made to scare you. I'm just giving you possible scenarios that could happen. We've seen what they're doing already. They're running in large groups into stores and stealing everything they can carry. And they don't care what it is, and it's usually not food. None of these people that I see on EBT that get these large amounts of money are starving. They're obese. They are very rude people, the ones making these videos, and they are entitled, and they are able-bodied and young and can work. They just will not work, and they have no shame. They will tell you they're not going to work. Are they, Millie? Well, she never comes to visit me. You're not on EBT. She's on DBT. Yeah, Daddy buys treats. That's what you're on, DBT. So be careful, folks. And if it's, it may be worth it to drive outside of the city. Maybe drive to your wealthy areas or something to do your shopping. And I mean, if you're in a big city like Chicago or something, be careful, because it's going to get real. These people are acting like they are going to starve to death. They don't know what to do, because they're not going to work. So if their little card is empty, they don't have any options in their minds other than to steal. And stealing is nothing new to a lot of these people. So, and I'm in a poor county myself, so it's going to be interesting. I'm going to see this firsthand, but it's a little different here. It's a little bit different. I'll just say that. I don't think we're going to have any of that going on. But there's and we have churches in town that do every month give away a lot of food. So I see that. I see that increasing. Also, we have Tyson Chicken Plant. They give away a lot of meat on, when we've had storms and things like that. They'll pull a whole semi-load of chicken up there and give away meat. But some of that is missing in big cities. They don't take care of each other. As I'm going back to saying, the family unit isn't there anymore. It's a single mom with 5 kids, no baby daddy. He's not in the picture because he's out running drugs and doing what they do. So there's no family unit that comes together. And if there's an older person in the mix, well, they're probably worked all their life. They probably don't have the money to help. So stay safe, and we'll see what happens. And maybe I'll have some more videos later once we see what's going on. Now, I heard a rumor that maybe the president is going to, I have not found a news story on this, that he was going to take some of the tariff earnings and put into that program. But I would think that would be a bad idea. I think this needs to happen. It really needs to happen, just to see the true abuse of the system. And yes, kids are not going to starve. This country will not let children starve, but children don't need a honey bun every 5 minutes like they're used to getting. So it's going to be a lesson for a lot of people, the people on EBT and the other people that are not on EBT. So let me know what you think in the comments. I don't mean any disrespect to anybody if you're on the EBT about this video, but you do know there are certain people that abuse this, and it has been an abused system for many years, and a lot of changes, and they are making changes. They are, and they're supposed to take effect next month. So either way, if it's funded for next month or not, you're still going to start seeing trouble, because they ain't getting their ho-hos. They're not going to like that. They're going to have to use their own money to get that. And if they don't have a job, what are they doing to get money, to get their ho-hos? Happy trails.